Namaskar, good evening viewers. It's 9 p.m. and you're watching the news on Sansad TV. I'm Rajiv Kumar Singh. Before we get into the details of today's bulletin, here are the headlines of the hour. Prime Minister Modi flags off Vande Bharat Express between Gandhinagar and Mumbai, also launches a first phase of Ahmedabad Metro project, asserts 21st century India will give new momentum to cities. Senior Congress leaders Mallikarjun Kharge, Shashi Tharoor and K.N. Tripathi in the fray for election to the post of party president, voting on 17th October, results on 19th October. RBI hikes repo rate by 50 basis points to three-year high of 5.9%, cuts GDP growth forecast, Sensex gains after monetary policy announcements. General Anil Chauhan takes over as the new Chief of Defence Staff, asserts India ready to face all challenges, meets Defence Minister Rajnath Singh. President Draupadi Murmu presents National Film Awards, Asha Parekh honoured with the Dada Saheb Phalke Award. Let us take a look now on some other important news of the day. Prime Minister Modi to launch 5G services for high-speed, seamless coverage at 10 a.m. on Saturday in New Delhi. Union Minister Piyush Goyal addresses 117th annual session of PhD Chamber of Commerce, says businesses should be allowed to flourish with confidence of a collaborative government. Ministry of Women and Child Development kicks off Poshan Utsav at Kartavya Path in New Delhi. Utsav to conclude on Gandhi Jayanti. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh says a government working to achieve rupees 35,000 crore defence exports by 2025. SCO delegation to visit Varanasi on 16th of January 2023 to be introduced to the culture and history of Kashi. Supreme Court rules a right of an under trial prisoner to see medical treatment is a fundamental right, allows Gautam Navlakha to be taken to Mumbai hospital. Kerala to withdraw COVID-19 lockdown violation cases after high-level meeting chaired by Chief Minister Vijayan. 19 killed in a blast in a Shia-dominated area of Kabul, 27 others injured. Hurricane Ian heads towards South Carolina after devastating Florida. President Biden calls it Ian deadliest hurricane in Florida's history. And World Chess Body FIDE confirms investigation into cheating allegations leveled by Magnus Carlsen against Jens Niemann. Now news in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi laid foundation stone of development projects worth rupees 7,200 crore in Gujarat's Ambaji. He said that the projects will have a huge impact on the region. He also said that he was fortunate to be in Ambaji during the Navratri festival.
आज जिन 45,000 से अधिक घरों का लोकार्पण और करीब लोकार्पण और शिलान्यास मिला दें तो 61,000 उन सभी लाभार्थियों को भी मेरी तरफ से बहुत बहुत बधाई देता हूं। उन बहनों को विशेष शुभकामनाएं जिन्हें आज अपना घर मिला है।
Prime Minister Modi also held a road show in Banaskantha in Gujarat. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said new cities are being built in the country and old ones are being expanded as per global business demand. He was addressing a gathering in Ahmedabad after flagging off the Gandhinagar-Mumbai Vande Bharat Express train from Gandhinagar railway station. Prime Minister Modi said that India of the 21st century will get a new momentum from the cities in the country. Calling speed an important factor in development, the Prime Minister said the system of transport should be modern with seamless connectivity. With Vande Bharat Express, a travel time between Ahmedabad and Mumbai will reduce from 8 to 5.5 hours.
बीते 8 वर्षों में शहरों के इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर पर इतना बड़ा निवेश किया जा रहा है। 8 वर्षों में एक के बाद एक देश के 2 दर्जन से ज्यादा शहरों में मेट्रो या तो शुरू हो चुकी है या फिर तेजी से काम चल रहा है। देश के दर्जनों छोटे शहरों को एयर कनेक्टिविटी से जोड़ा गया है।
Prime Minister Modi also travelled in Vande Bharat Express from the state capital to Kalupur railway station in Ahmedabad city. He also interacted with railway officials, women entrepreneurs and others on board. He also inaugurated phase 1 of the Ahmedabad metro rail project between Thaltej and Vastral. He inaugurated the project on the metro rail's east-west corridor from Kalupur station. He also travelled in the metro rail from Kalupur station to Doordarshan Kendra metro station. Moving on, General Anil Chauhan took charge as India's new Chief of Defence Staff on Friday. He assumed charge from 9 months after the first CDS General Bipin Rawat died in a helicopter crash in Tamil Nadu. Known as an expert on China, his appointment to the top post comes amid the lingering border row between India and Chinese troops in eastern Ladakh. He will also function as Secretary in the Department of Military Affairs. As CDS, General Chauhan's primary task will be to implement the theaterization model to bring the tri-services synergy.
हमारे सामने सुरक्षा संबंधी जो भी चुनौतियां हैं और मुश्किलें हैं, हम उसे मिलकर साझा रूप से दूर करने की कोशिश करेंगे।
Before assuming charge, General Chauhan paid tributes to India's fallen soldiers at the National War Memorial. He was also accorded a Tri-Services Guard of Honor at the lawns of the South Block in the presence of the 3 services chief. General Anil Chauhan called on Defence Minister Rajnath Singh after assuming charge as India's new CDS. The 6-member Monetary Policy Committee of the RBI voted 5-1 to increase the policy repo rate by 50 basis points to 5.9%, making loans expensive. The Apex Bank also lowered the growth projection of FY23 from 7.2% to 7%. The growth for the second quarter has been projected at 6.3%, for the third quarter at 4.6%, for the fourth quarter at 4.6%, and 7.2% for the first quarter of the next financial year. The inflation projection for the financial year has been retained at 6.7%, while the projection for the second quarter is 7.1%. The projection for the third quarter and fourth quarter is 6.5% and 5.8%. For the first quarter of the next financial year, inflation has been projected at 5%.
Restrain broadening of price pressures, anchor inflation expectations, and contain the second round effects. This action will support the medium-term growth prospects of our economy. Accordingly, the MPC decided to increase the policy repo rate by 50 basis points to 5.9% and to remain focused on withdrawal of accommodation while supporting growth.
Senior Congress leaders Mallikarjun Kharge, Shashi Tharoor and K.N. Tripathi filed their nomination for the post of party president today. Kharge's candidature was proposed by party leaders Ashok Gehlot, Digvijay Singh, Pramod Tiwari, P.L. Punia, A.K. Antony, Pawan Kumar Bansal and Mukul Vasnik. G23 leaders Anand Sharma, Manish Tiwari, Prithviraj Chauhan and Bhupinder Hooda were also proposers for Kharge's candidature. Today is the last day for filing nominations for the top party posts.
मैं जो लड़ाई हमेशा लड़ते हुए आया हूं और लड़ना चाहता हूं कि कांग्रेस पार्टी के जो उसूल हैं, जो आइडियोलॉजी है, उस आइडियोलॉजी के साथ मैं बचपन से जुड़ा हूं.
Congress MP from Thiruvananthapuram, Shashi Tharoor, also filed nomination for the post of a party president, calling it a friendly contest. Tharoor said that he has the vision to strengthen the party. Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar said the concept of Atmanirbhar Bharat is a reflection of the Swadeshi movement during the country's freedom struggle. He stated that India's pursuit for a self-reliance is not self-centered but is world-inclusive. Vice President said this while addressing the event of the PhD Chamber of Commerce and Industry in Delhi. He also called upon the industry to handhold entrepreneurial ventures in the hinterlands and help them grow. He also said that the Indian business landscape now has a number of game-changer startups.
Economists have indicated and firmly, based on statistics, that Bharat, the world's fastest growing large economy, as was indicated by the Honorable President, the 5th largest, an honor we got only a few weeks ago. We are poised to be the 3rd towards end of the decade.
Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla also addressed the 117th annual session of PhD Chamber of Commerce and Industry in New Delhi. He called upon the industry to work with the vision of India 2047. The Lok Sabha Speaker said that India's youth can solve all the challenges with their capability for innovation and research. He stressed the need for providing them with proper platform and resources for research.
दुनिया के जब देशों में जाता हूं तो मुझे खुशी होती है कि विकसित राष्ट्र के अंदर भी उस देश के अंदर चाहे तकनीकी हो, चाहे विज्ञान हो, चाहे प्रोफेशनल सेक्टर के अंदर डॉक्टर हो, चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट हो, पेशेवर काम करने वाले लोग हों, दुनिया की बड़ी कंपनियों में नेतृत्व करने वाले हमारे नौजवान हों, वो भारत के लोग हैं, भारत के नौजवान हैं.
President Draupadi Murmu on Friday conferred the 68th National Film Awards to the winners in New Delhi. Dada Saheb Phalke Award for the year 2020 was given to legendary actress Asha Parekh. Addressing the gathering, President Murmu praised actress Asha Parekh for her contribution towards Indian cinema.
Best honor I could get from the Government of India. I would like to thank the jury for the recognition that they have bestowed upon me, my long journey and fulfilling the journey in the film industry. I have been in this industry for the last 60 years and still continue to be attached to the industry in my own small way.
Tamil film Surarai Potru won the Best Feature Film Award. Hindi film Tanaji, the Unsung Warrior, got the award for Best Popular Film, providing wholesome entertainment. Ajay Devgan received Best Actor Award for film Tanaji, while Surya also received the Best Actor Award for the film Surarai Potru. Aparna Balamurali won the Best Actress Award for Surarai Potru. Sai Chidanand K.R. received Best Director Award for Malayalam film A.K. Ayappunam Koshiyam. Marathi film Sumi got the award for Best Children's Film. Manoj Muntashir got award for Best Lyrics in Hindi film Saina. Rahul Deshpande received an award for Best Male Playback Singer for Marathi film Me Vasantarao, while Nanchama got the award for Best Female Playback Singer for Malayalam film A.K. Ayappanam Koshiyam. And now a look at other news from across the nation. President Draupadi Murmu said the primary goal of public servants should be to serve the nation and the people with utmost seriousness. She was addressing officers and trainees of Indian Defence States Service, Skill Development Service, Business Service and Telecom Service. The government will launch PMKVY 4.0 to continue the Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana for the next 4 years. The focus would be on skilling candidates, making the process and system easy and user-friendly. The Indian Institute of Management Indore in Madhya Pradesh will hold training sessions for civic bodies on waste disposal and urban cleanliness in order to increase livability. Indore has been declared the cleanest city in India 5 times in a row in the central government's Swachh Sarvekshan scheme. India has entered into a collaboration with the US state of California for research and innovation in the field of zero-emission vehicles. California has the world's most advanced zero-emission vehicle policies. 2 terrorists linked to Jaish-e-Mohammed were killed after an encounter in Baramulla. The encounter took place at Yedipora, Patan area of Baramulla. Another encounter also broke out on Friday between terrorists and security forces in the Chitgram area of Shopian district. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Friday attended the Maha Aarti at the Sri Arasuri Ambaji Gabbar Tirth. Let's take a look.
समय में जो हैं अब अंबा जी के दर्शन जहां आकर कर सकते हैं और वापस अपने दूसरी जगहों पर भी जा सकते हैं।
अनुज, हम तस्वीरें भी इस वक्त दिखा रहे हैं। आपने इस बात का जिक्र किया कि प्रधानमंत्री ने अंबा जी मंदिर में आरती भी की और वो तस्वीरें अभी हम दिखा रहे हैं। तमाम प्रकार से पूजा अर्चना विधि विधान के साथ में की और आरती भी प्रधानमंत्री ने की। ये तस्वीरें अपने आप में उनके भक्ति भाव को प्रदर्शित करती हैं, दर्शाती हैं किस प्रकार की आस्था उनके मन में है। 9 दिन का व्रत रहते हैं वो हमेशा नवरात्रि का, चाहे वो शारदीय नवरात्रि हो या वो चैत्र नवरात्रि हो। और उस
Now news from the field of business and economy. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will launch the much-awaited 5G services in India on Saturday at Pragati Maidan in New Delhi. 5G will be launched in select cities. It will progressively cover the entire country over the next couple of years. The cumulative economic impact of 5G on India is estimated to reach $450 billion by 2035. 5G offers a speed multiple times faster than 4G, supports lag-free connectivity. The output of 8 core infra sectors grew 3.3% in August, the lowest in 9 months. The previous low was 3.2% in November 2021. The 8 core industries comprise 40.27% of the weight of items included in the Index of Industrial Production. In response to Britain's decision to impose restrictions on steel products, India proposed additional custom duties of up to 15% on the import of 22 products, including cheese, whiskey, and vehicle parts from the UK. India notified the WTO of its decision to impose additional levies on items such as silver, platinum, and cosmetics, among others. The BSE Sensex made some quick recoveries as it climbed up 1,017 points with Tata Steel, Bharti Airtel, Bajaj Finance and Kotak Mahindra Bank among top gainers. NSE Nifty also grew by 1.64% to close above 17,000 points. It was a mixed day for global markets as stocks across Europe maintained momentum while indices across Asia trended low. Kospi, Taiwan and Nikkei 225 all lost between 1 to 2%. Hang Seng made marginal recoveries of up to 0.5%. Time for a short break in the bulletin. Lots more coming on the other side. Do stay tuned.
We will examine the legacy of Shinzo Abe and his transformative impact on Japan's relationship with India.
It was an ideal partnership, a friendship where both of them were special to each other.
Given where they were coming from with a certain kind of an ideological perspective, it was inevitable that they would look at the world through a similar lens. And I think the camaraderie between the two leaders was something that was shaped by the larger worldview.
Welcome back. Time for all the updates from Russia-Ukraine war front. Russian President Vladimir Putin on Friday signed treaties to annex 4 Ukrainian regions partly occupied by his forces. In a speech at the St. George's Hall of the Kremlin, Putin declared that Russia had 4 new regions. The ceremony to annex Ukrainian territory comes just 3 days after the conclusion of hastily staged referendums in Donetsk, Luhansk, Kherson and Zaporizhzhia regions. Moscow has claimed massive victory in these referendums. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky chaired a meeting of the National Security and Defense Council of Ukraine to chart future course of action. And now news from some other parts of the globe. A presidential commission on Asia, Americans and Pacific Islanders has unanimously approved a recommendation for stamping of H1B visas inside the US. If accepted by President Joe Biden, the move will come as a big relief to thousands of foreign professionals, particularly from India. The H1B visa is a non-immigrant visa that allows US companies to employ foreign workers in specialty occupations that require theoretical or technical expertise. Technology companies depend on it to hire tens of thousands of employees each year from countries like India and China. As per the current mandatory practice, one needs to apply for a visa stamp at a US consulate or embassy abroad before one's H1B status can be activated. Hurricane Ian tore into western Cuba as a major hurricane. It hit Florida, where officials ordered 2.5 million people to evacuate. The hurricane regained strength on Thursday afternoon after inflicting significant damage on the southeastern U.S. state of Florida, leaving more than 2.2 million customers still in outage.
Over 22 lakh customers are without power in the U.S. state of Florida since Thursday. Preliminary statistics showed that at least 15 people have been reported dead due to the storm. The devastation inflicted on Florida came into focus a day after Ian struck as a monster Category 4 hurricane, one of the strongest storms ever to hit the U.S. Rescue crews piloted boats and waded through inundated streets to save thousands of Floridians trapped amid flooded homes and shattered buildings left by Hurricane Ian, which crossed into the Atlantic Ocean and churned towards South Carolina. The U.S. National Hurricane Center said Ian is hitting the states of South Carolina, North Carolina and Georgia with life-threatening flooding, storm surge and strong winds. With maximum sustained winds of 120 kilometers per hour, Ian could slightly strengthen before landfall in South Carolina on Friday. It is forecast to rapidly weaken over the southeastern U.S. late Friday into Saturday. After a night of strong winds and rain, broken tree branches were spread all over with the floodwater accumulated on road in Orlando. Some locals even pedaled down the flooded road. The amount of water that has been rising and will likely continue to rise today, even as storm is passing, is basically a 500-year flood event. Florida governor told reporters that the damage caused by storm to Florida will likely take years to repair. Bureau Report, Sansad TV.
Time now for all the latest from the world of sports. Mohammad Siraj today replaced injured pace spearhead Jasprit Bumrah for India's remaining 2 T20 international matches against the visiting South Africa team. Bumrah was on Thursday ruled out of the upcoming T20 World Cup due to a back stress fracture. And informed India would like to carry forward the momentum of a historic ODI series sweep in England as they open their Women's Asia Cup campaign against Sri Lanka on Saturday at Sylhet, Bangladesh. India will stage a MotoGP race for the first time from 2023. Organizers said on Friday the inaugural race is scheduled to take place at Buddha International Circuit in Uttar Pradesh. Women's rights group Open Stadium have called on FIFA to throw Iran out of World Cup finals in Qatar in November because of the country's treatment of women. Coronavirus vaccination will not be mandatory for the million-plus fans going to the World Cup in Qatar this year. The Gulf state said the players and match officials may, however, be forced into a secure bio-bubble if COVID-19 cases take off. That's a wrap on the bulletin. Stay tuned to Sansad TV for all the latest updates. Good night.